When you're up and down and you're over and out, come listen to your friend Stephen Brown. This is the show. Hey, what's going on, true believers? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing some anime content finally, which I'm super excited about. If you're new here, my name is Stevie. I'm a professional house husband and neat. What that means is that I clean the house and my wife pays the bills, which means I get to watch a lot of anime, which means we're going to be reviewing a lot of anime. Before we get started, I just want to say, keep in mind, I'm a 23-year-old grown man. So I don't enjoy anime like I did as a child. There's going to be a lot of things I don't like. I'm going to say a lot of things you probably don't agree with about some shows. It's very difficult for me to enjoy things. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty jaded at this point. But I still watch a lot of anime, and I watch a lot of crap, and I watch a lot of good shit too, and I'll be able to help guide you through this here, what's good and what's bad. Today we're looking at the Winter 2023 lineup. I haven't watched anime as it airs in a long time. I've been watching the seasons, all 4 seasons a year, whatever, in chronological order as it's come out, but I watch it when I get around to it. So right now, my personal time, I'm just finished fall 2020, so I'll be moving on to winter 2021 or whatever. But I'm going to jump into winter 2023 that's starting now, so I can be part of the discussion what's going on, start making anime YouTube videos. I'm going to review the shows that I'm picking today to watch weekly and do episode reviews and stuff like that. And of course, really quick to start off, I'm going to show a screenshot here of livechart.me. I use the app, and I'm using the website on my computer right now for this video. Livechart.me is the website I use for my live charts, my Annie live charts, to keep up with what's going on, what's coming out, when it releases, and stuff like that. This image you're looking at is the top of Winter 2023. These shows like Kage no Jitsuryo Kusha, Boku no Hero 6th season, and Blue Lock, and Iruma-kun 3rd season. I watch My Hero, I watch Iruma-kun, I really like that, but I'm not caught up with these, and they're already airing, so I'm not going to jump in and rush and try to watch them and binge them and catch up to make videos about them. Anything that's airing right now, we're skipping. We're going straight down to the first set of shows, and it goes in order of what hasn't come out yet, and when it comes out in about a month from now, it looks like is when stuff starts coming out. About 19 to 20 days is when the first shows start hitting. Then we're going to be doing episode reviews of those. All right, we're going to start with Bofuri Season 2 there. I watched the first season, so we're going to watch the second season, although I barely remember it. It was one of those throwaway shows that was enjoyable at the time, but not memorable. I watched, I want to shout out a quick YouTuber called, I think it's Anime Recaps. I looked up Bofuri Season 1 recap, and I found this guy that makes videos of recaps of seasons. And if you watch a lot of anime and you can't remember, you watch the show and you want to watch the second season, but you can't remember a lot of specifics and stuff, check him out. But the synopsis for that is: a player designing a character for a role-playing game gives up all other skills for the sake of being nearly invulnerable, becoming a slow but formidable defender in combat. It is one of those isekai video game shows where she gets sent to another world and lives in the game or whatever. But what's about this one is that she's a defense class, and she only buffs her defense stats. And it's kind of enjoyable to watch. If you're ADD like me and you play a lot of video games, there's something about watching the character slowly progress and seeing the level up thing on screen that is, like, for my monkey brain, make me happy. It make me happy. So I like that a lot. Moving on to Vinland Saga Season 2. This is what anime should be, man. There's shows that are throwaway stuff like Bofuri. There's trash, which is either just so bad you don't watch it, or fun to watch because it's bad. And then there's stuff that's actually good. And Vinland Saga is amazing. Watch the first season sub. I know there's a dub that either just came out or is coming out. I'm going to watch it again for the dub because I want to watch it again. And I'm super excited for Vinland Saga too. If you haven't watched Vinland Saga, I really want to read it as well. It says here on livechart.me: a new millennium begins in the southern part of the Jutland Peninsula in Denmark. After the death of his longtime enemy, Askeladd, Thorfinn lost his purpose in life. He was bought by the landowner Ketil as a slave and engaged in land reclamation works on his farm. Thorfinn meets a young man there, Einar, who was also a slave like him. The encounter of Einar led Thorfinn to face the sins he had committed and begin to find meaning in life. On the other hand, Canute, who became the king of England, attempted to extend his territory for the establishment of the Promised Land. Not a great synopsis, not well written. I mean, most of these synopsises aren't well written, so that kind of just sounds like a big wordy mess. But definitely a great show. We're gonna be watching that. It is about Vikings. If you don't know, if you haven't heard of it, but in my opinion, there's been a lot of Viking content lately, so you might be burnt out on it, like kind of like zombies and stuff and vampires. But it's the best of any of these things. Fuck God of War. Who cares about that game? I don't. You shouldn't care about it. Who cares? I don't care. I know you're not gonna like hearing that, but bad game. Don't care. Vikings Valhalla or whatever, Assassin's Creed Valhalla was okay, but quite a slog, and I don't think the story was great or anything. So there's that show Vikings on Netflix or something like that that was super popular. Bad, not good. We don't like it. We want more Vinland Saga. I'm trying to find a synopsis here for our next show called Shinka no Mi Shiranai, The Fruit of Evolution 2. Before I knew it, my life had it made. I didn't watch the first season. There's 4 shows. This is one of them that I am watching right now because I have a month until this stuff airs. I'm going to watch the first season so I can watch this. Although I haven't started the first season yet, so I might not like it. So if it's not good, maybe I'll make an update video and we'll talk about it. But if it's not good, I'll drop it. Also, I have on my list here 35 shows that we're going over that I'm going to watch at least 3 episodes of. So 3-episode rule. I'll watch the first 3 episodes of these shows. And if I don't like them, I'll drop them, but we'll keep it updated as it goes. And I'm going to make a ranking system and everything for everything here. Let's see. Fruit of Evolution, Season 1. One day, a man claiming to be God suddenly hacks a certain school's intercoms, ordering all of its students to team up and prepare to be transported to another world. There they will be given special skills in the hopes that they become the world's heroes and defeat the demon king that ravages the land. The initial transfer is a success, however. Saiichi Hiragi, who suffers from his classmates' constant bullying due to his somewhat undesirable appearance, is left behind as no one is willing to be his teammate. Nevertheless, the self-proclaimed god decides to send Saiichi to the parallel world and lets him join his peers. Unfortunately, this fateful ordeal causes Saiichi to arrive at a location deep in the forest, far not only from his schoolmates but from human civilization as well. Desperately searching for a way to change his predicament, Saiichi's miserable days only seem to continue to worsen. Yet, when all hope seems lost, Saiichi discovers a strange fruit known as the Fruit of Evolution, which may be his first step toward a significantly better future. This seems like a self-insert harem, like trash anime, so I'm probably not going to watch it. I will watch the first 3 episodes of the first season, but we probably won't make it to the second season, so expect that one to be a drop. Nagatoro is on my TV right now. I'm watching it right now, the first season. I'm on episode 4. I'm going to watch more of it while I eat my lunch here after this video, and great so far. I love it. It's just a little rom-com comedy anime, but the girl, super waifu bait. Awesome. I love it. It's masochistic. If you like domineering women, check it out. Super excited. We'll get into that second season that's coming out. Let's see. If we want to, sometimes there's no synopsises on here, so I have to run over to my anime list and pull it up. If you don't use my anime list to track your anime, you should be. There's an app for it, at least on Android. I don't know about iPhone. Probably there is. It's called Pocket Mal. Sounds like malware, I know, but it's my anime list. We'll go to myanimelist.net.com. It's the best. You can find me there. I'll put my information so you can add me as a friend or check out my list of what I'm watching, keep track of what I'm doing. Nagatoro. Every day, Naoto Haichijo is teased relentlessly by Hayase Nagatoro, a first-year student he meets one day in the library while working on his manga. After reading his story, seeing his awkward demeanor, she decides from that moment on to toy with him, even calling him senpai in lieu of using his real name. Super fun. It's actually surprisingly good. It's really good. I like it. Up next is Tokyo Revengers Season 2, Christmas War Arc. Is that what it says? Saya Kasenhen, Christmas Showdown Arc. I'm watching the first season right now. I think I'm like halfway through it. I've been watching it here and there every once in a while. And it's good. I like it. I hear Twitter always says that it falls off in the manga, like people reading the manga, that it gets bad, that it's good, and then it gets bad. So I couldn't really tell you. All right, Inspector Season 2. You got to check this one out if you haven't watched it, if you haven't heard about it. Now, if I've seen any of the first seasons of these shows, that means it's probably a couple years old because, like I said, I'm just getting into 2021 anime, how I watch anime. So that means when the first season came out. The first season came out in 2020, it ended March of 2020. I gave this a 7 out of 10 the first season. So good. It's about this little girl who can see ghosts and stuff, and she's like an exorcist type. No, she's like a shrine maiden thing. I got to read it, and her and this guy, I think it's been a minute. I think he's immortal. That's his power. Like, oh yeah, he's got a power. He's got some kind of mythical power like that runs in his family that like they're immortal and stuff, and they fight ghosts too and shit. It's super good. I watched it with my girlfriend. Gonna be watching the second season with my girlfriend, so I'm not sure how quickly those reviews will come out. They probably won't be the day of, probably, but that's a sacrifice to be made because gotta watch it with her. Let's see. Hidden in plain sight, spirits known as yokai inhabit the world. While most are benign, a certain subset threatens the tenuous peace between yokai and humanity. Ever since she agreed to become their god of wisdom, Kodako Iwanaga has served as a mediator between the two realms, resolving any supernatural problems that come her way. Now, I'm going to be remembering wrong. There's two versions of this in my brain, so I'm not sure which one's right. Either she had to give up her eye and her leg for the powers, or a monster ate them, but she's missing an eye and a leg. That's part of her character. Next up, we have Urusei Yatsura, you can see there, is on episode 11. I really want to watch it. I want to watch the original. I've watched all of Ranma, which is, I believe, the same author of the manga. I want to watch the original, but I also want to watch this remake. I'm going to watch it probably sooner than later. I mean, I don't know if I'll wait till I get to, till I finish all my other anime that are not part of the YouTube video. But we're going to skip it right now because it's already about a season in. It's already 11 episodes, or the 11th episode's coming out in 3 days. I'm not going to rush to catch up to that. We're not going to do that. But from when we go to the next season of anime, because I'm going to be continuously doing this on the channel, we'll be watching everything because there'll be time to catch up stuff. If there's a second season that's coming out in the future, then I'll binge watch. And I have that time. I'm going to look at next season to get prepared for that kind of stuff too. Otonari no Tenshi-sama. The Angel Next Door spoils me rotten. I love rom-com stuff, so let's check this out. Mahiru is a beautiful girl whose classmates all call her an angel. Not only is she a star athlete with perfect grades, she's also drop-dead gorgeous. Amane, an average guy and self-admitted slob, has never thought too much of the divine beauty despite attending the same school. Everything changes, however, when he happens to see Mahiru sitting alone in a park during a rainstorm. Thus begins the strange relationship between this incredibly unlikely pair. Super basic sounding, but it's something I'll probably wind up liking and watching the full thing of. I'm not going to read the synopsis of Nier Automata coming up. Everyone knows what Nier Automata is. If you don't, you live under a rock. It's a video game series of some kind. I don't know the extended universe of it. I think there's more than just games. I think there's books and stuff too. I'm not sure. I've never played it. I don't know anything about it. I also have a bad neck, by the way, if you're new here. That's why I don't work. I'm going to watch this. I'm going to talk to my cousin, one of my best friends, who is deep into this stuff, and he cosplays the characters and stuff, to just let me know if I can watch this without any prior knowledge. Talking about you, Ryan, I know you're watching. I want to get into it. I just haven't ever played a game or gone into it yet, so this will be the jumping on point. Ningen Fushin, adventurers who don't believe in humanity will save the world. The city of Turin. This one comes out in 15 days. I think this is the most brain. I haven't had enough coffee yet. I think this is the soonest one to start reviewing. The city of Turin in the Holy Kingdom of Dinez is a melting pot of races and professions, adventurers looking to get rich quick, quick-witted merchants, singing and dancing bards, nobles, holy men, beast folk, and more. The town itself is so labyrinthian that it has been nicknamed the Labyrinth Town. Nick, a heartbroken light warrior who has been kicked out of the martial arts adventuring party and deceived by his lover, is a resident of this city. Fed up with everything, he visits a bar only to find bad food, adventurers living it up, and uninteresting tablemates. As he drowns his sorrows in lukewarm beer, all of his irritation and discontent burst forth in one declaration: humans can't be trusted. He thought he was only voicing his own frustration, but in reality the statement came from 4 voices. Thus begins the adventure of 4 people who each carry their own scars. That synopsis sounds is well written and a lot more interesting than the show probably is going to be. It says action, adventure, fantasy. Also, I give a couple points to, I know most anime are medieval fantasy, Western medieval fantasy. like Lord of the Rings-esque, and I love that. I think it's funny that we get most of our medieval fantasy genre stuff is coming from Japan now in their manga and anime. And then this looks like probably going to be a drop, probably going to be a shit show, but we're going to watch it anyways. And who knows, maybe it bleeds through the cracks. Maybe it's surprisingly enjoyable. Up next, looks people in school uniforms. It's going to be bad. It's called The Ice Blade Sorcerer Shall Rule the World. It is, let's see. It is an action fantasy school, because school's a genre. The Ice Blade Sorcerer is hailed as the most powerful sorcerer in the world. The one who inherited this title, Ray White, cool name, struggles to deal with his own immense power. After fighting in the Far East War, his last accomplishment, he vanished from the battlefield along with a deeply scarred psyche. 3 years have passed since then, and Ray has enrolled at the Arnold Academy of Magic, a school attended by elite sorcerers from around the world. Ray is the first ordinary to attend this academy since it was founded, so he's greeted by looks of scorn and contempt from its noble-born students. And now, he and the priceless friends he has found there are about to become entangled in multiple schemes. So begins the story of the most powerful sorcerer's school life, filled with both friendship and hardship. It's gonna be bad. We're gonna watch it, and we're gonna drop it. Let's check out, up next, Tomo-chan. Tomo-chan is a girl! Boyish high school girl Tomo Aizawa Tomo-chan wants her childhood friend Junichiro Kubota to see her as an actual girl, but every attempt ends up in vain. Will Junichiro ever realize Tomo's romantic feelings toward him? Comedy romance school. You never know. Could be fun. You know, if it's a school setting, it's better if it's a romance comedy than if it's action or adventure, because how much action and adventure happens in a high school? We've all been there. All right, and now we have Reborn to Master the Blade, from hero king to extraordinary squire. That name tells me everything I need to know. It's a goddamn mess. After living a life devoted to serving his country and people, Inglis's one wish to be free of a king's burden and to train was actually heard, but as a beautiful girl. Reborn in the far future as a daughter to renowned knights, Inglis can now focus on mastering the martial arts. A wish has been granted, and Inglis will be on the front lines fulfilling the dream of becoming the strongest knight. Action fantasy. Looks like there's titties in it. It's probably going to be bad. Probably going to drop it. The reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world. If exorcist is in the title, it's probably bad, probably going to drop it. You can't be happy if you're just strong, even if you're the strongest exorcist in the world. Exorcist Haruyoshi Kuga, called an unrivaled genius, is betrayed by the imperial court and about to die, resolving to be happy in his next life. He uses a secret reincarnation technique he created and reincarnates in another world, and so he receives a new name, Saika, and a new life. What I lacked in my previous life was cunning. In this life, I'll be more calculating and find happiness. With the strongest exorcist techniques and strong demons working with him, what lies ahead for him? The peaceful life he wants, or this is the start of a story no one's ever seen before. The story of the strongest exorcist in a fantasy world. You know, you said today, or you said tomorrow, why not today, or some shit like that. Seize the day, Mr. Exorcist. Action, adventure, fantasy, isekai, supernatural. God, I'm going to get drunk for that one. It's going to be bad. At the start of every time I go through a season of anime, and I take all the shows I'm going to watch, and I take how many episodes it's going to be, and I add it all up, and there's a big number, like 400 episodes I have to watch all together between all these shows, and I do the math, and it's how many hours I have to do, 50, 70 hours, whatever. My favorite thing is watching these trash fire shows that are bad and striking them off my list. And I like watching bad anime. I like watching the first couple episodes of a bad anime. It's fun. Up next is something that, once I went through this on my own, just that picture and the name actually got me excited. Farming Life in Another World. After Hiraku dies of a serious illness, God brings him back to life, gives his health and youth back, and sends him to a fantasy world of his choice. In order to enjoy his second shot, God bestows upon him the almighty farming tool, a hoe! And some hoes as well, it looks like from the picture. Watch as Hiraku digs, chops, and plows in another world in this laid-back farming fantasy. Fantasy, isekai, slice of life. And there's titties in the picture. She's got her titties out, and she's holding some apples or some tomatoes or something. And that looks great. That looks like it's going to be bad, but but enjoyably bad, like very enjoyably bad. I'm super excited for that one. I can tell already. Spy Kyoshitsu, Spy Classroom, Conflict. This one looks super bad. Conflict Ravage. Nations now deploy covert operatives instead of missiles. Lily is recruited into spy training, but her practical skills are absolutely abysmal. Desperate to pass, she leaps at the chance to join the mysterious Tomoshibi team. Too bad the team is filled with even more hopeless spies. Together they must conquer the impassable mission and best their genius instructor, for the true purpose behind their classroom is more harrowing than they can imagine. That looks like just a whole lot of nothing. Looks super, super lame and boring. Kubo won't let me be invisible. I've read a couple chapters of this because I'm also reading everything that's being published in Shonen Jump. But I don't remember anything about it, so I don't think it's good. Junta Shiraishi has just one goal: to experience youth to the fullest. But this is easier said than done. Junta is so socially invisible that people at school would swear he skipped class, even when he's sitting right behind them. Everything changes when Junta meets Nagisa Kubo. She's the only person who pays Junta any attention, and her constant teasing is sure to turn Junta's quiet life upside down because Kubo won't let him be invisible. I can't remember much, but I'm sure it's going to be fun. I'm sure it's going to be comfy, and I bet it'll work better than the manga. And it says sign in here for genre, so that's cool. Now, the next one, Ayakashi Triangle, is a little... I know, but I've been reading this because it's in the list of manga being published and stuff. Sorry, my neck is fucking killing me. Ayakashi Triangle is a titty book. It's a titty book. It's super horny. But there's a cute cat. The characters are all right. Kind of reminds me of Shaman King a bit, the character designs. Kazumaki Matsuri is an exorcist ninja who exorcises evil spirits called Ayakashi. His childhood friend, Kanade Suzu, tends to attract Ayakashi, so he secretly protects her from them. But now Suzu has caught the eye of Shirogane, an Ayakashi who looks like a cat but rules over all Ayakashi as their king. I'm actually excited to watch that because I read the manga. Read the manga too, because I'm sure that it's going to be censored in the anime, but there's going to be a lot of ass and titties in this one. I'm not this... Sorry. I'm not that horny. It's just it's anime. There's boobs. There's a lot of boobs in anime. And sometimes it's the only thing that keeps you watching. When they know that their story is so bad, they just need to throw boobs in it. Okay. Endo and Kobayashi Live, the latest on Tsundere villainous Lysolette. Endo and Kobayashi just decided to play a magical romance, an otome game featuring a devious villainess named Lysolette. Kobayashi thinks Lysolette is a traditionally dastardly villain, but Endo insists Lysolette is just misunderstood. The pair bicker and argue about Lysolette's character and motivations, but little do they know that Lysolette's in-game fiancé can hear every word, and their colorful chatter will lead them down a completely different path than his character is supposed to tread. Comedy, fantasy, romance. This might end up being kind of good. It sounds, I gotta get some water. All right, something about, and the Endo show, actually seems kind of interesting to me. It seems like it could be fun. We'll see what happens. This next one, Kaiko Sareta on Kako Haishi, chilling in my 30s after getting fired from the Demon King's army. Immediately, I like the name, and I like the redhead with the big naturals up front. It says, Dariel, a dark soldier in the Demon King's army who cannot use magic, has risen to the position of assistant to the 4 generals with his talent and energy, and has been wielding his skill. However, as soon as the 4 generals are replaced, Dariel is fired from the army. Dariel is devastated, but when he arrives in a human village, he finds that his adventuring skills, which are supposed to be useless to demons, have blossomed. I was human? Dariel decides to spend his second life in this village, and their quests start pouring in. Trouble, false charge, duel. With his natural skills and the adjusting power that he developed in his old place, the former dark soldier solves them all. So there you go. Another fantasy isekai bullshit show that, the only thing that saves those shows is the characters. So if the characters are fun, it'll be enjoyable. Up next is Benria Saito-san, Handyman Saito in Another World. Saito's never been anyone special, but his unremarkable path takes a turn when he wakes up in another world. Wow, who would have guessed? After all, who other than the handyman could be trusted to open locked treasure chests to repair equipment? Stop spending money on this stuff. Well, this is Japanese people, I guess. Whoever's spending money on this shit, it's like the Marvel movies, they're only making them because people are buying them. Like, make something new. This one is an adventure comedy fantasy isekai. The art on that picture there looks a little different, a little interesting, a little more realistic. You don't know till you know, Inu ni natarasuki na hito na ni hirowareta. My life as Inukai-san's dog. We like the sound of that. That sounds sexy. They say every dog has his day. That's especially true for our protagonist, who has just turned into a dog and now lives every day under the care of his crush, Inukai-san. She happily dotes on her new companion, and while he wants to return to human form someday, there's something wonderful about being cared for by the person he loves. That is a short form, so little shorts. So it won't be like a big focal point that we're paying attention to, but hey, that's comedy ecchi. It's got ecchi in the genre. It's just going to be panty shots. It's just a dog. It's going to be a dude in a dog's body looking up at panties. If you're 12, you'll probably be really excited about that one. The magical revolution of the reincarnated princess and the genius young lady. Despite her supposed ineptitude with regular magic, Princess Anisfia defies the aristocracy's expectations by developing magicology, a unique magical theory based on memories from her past life. One day, she witnesses the brilliant noblewoman Euphilia unjustly stripped of her title as the kingdom's next monarch. That's when Anisfia concocts a plan to help Euphilia again regain her good name, which somehow involves them living together and researching magic. Little do these two ladies know, however, that their chance encounter will alter not only their own futures, but those of the kingdom and the entire world. Comedy, fantasy, isekai, shoujo ai. I know shoujo's girls. I don't remember what shoujo ai is. It sounds a little yuri, a little girl love. That's what it is, I think. Yeah, I think it's going to be a little girl lovey, which is cool. I don't know. Maybe it'll be some moe. That one has potential, but it looks like probably a drop. This one, now, anytime that anything is just a little different, just a little unique, it catches your attention because anime is all the same fucking shit. Everyone always makes the same shit, man. Check this one out, though. Tone Demo Skill Day Isekai Huromeshi. Campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill. Okay? Mukuro Tsuyoshi, an ordinary salaryman, is suddenly transported to another world one day. The unique skill he gains upon arrival in this world is the seemingly useless online grocery. Mukoda is discouraged at first, but the modern foods he's able to bring to his new world using this skill prove to have some unbelievable effects. No telling. It could be good, it could be bad. But it's different, so it'll at least be enjoyable for the first episode. Fantasy Isekai. Wow. Raugo ni Sonate, saving 80,000 gold in another world from my retirement. Mitsuha is an 18-year-old girl who's often mistaken for a middle schooler due to her childlike face and small stature. The story begins when she loses her parents and her older brother at the same time in an accident and ends up all alone in the world. She fails her university entrance exams due to the shock of losing her family. There are people who are after her parents' insurance money. She doesn't know whether she should go to college or start working. There are also a lot of expenses to worry about, including living expenses and the cost of maintaining the house. One day, as she worries about how she'll survive, she's given the world-jumping ability by a mysterious being that allows her to go back and forth between this world and an isekai. Now that she has this ability, she comes up with a plan for the future in which she saves 1 billion yen in each world for a total of 2 billion yen. I don't know. Seems kind of dumb. Although I like the designs of the girls are cute, the art, but probably bad show. Probably no good, probably drop. Korizokusei Danshi, the ice guy and his cool female colleague. The setting is a workplace where snowy white romance blows in like a blizzard. Humuro is a descendant of Yuki Onas living in the modern times and a newbie office worker. When he gets emotionally overwhelmed, he ends up causing blizzards or starts building snowmen and igloos. Whenever his secret romantic feelings for his unique yet kind coworker Fuyutsuki intensify, he sometimes ends up freezing those around him. Then there's Fuyutsuki. Everyone always sees her as the cool type, but Fuyutsuki is actually also pretty curious about her mysterious coworker Himuro. The relationship continues to gradually evolve daily through work and work events. Eventually, they start to spend time with each other outside of work, but they're both a bit awkward when it comes to love, so they just can't seem to get closer. A heartwarming workplace fantasy rom-com starring a seemingly cool couple is about to begin. Has potential, could be fun, could be cute. Comedy, romance, slice of life, supernatural. Let's see, Trigun Stampede. No synopsis here. Trigun, I watched bits and pieces as a kid with my sister. Well, she was watching it and I was a kid in the background, just kind of with it on. I don't know what this is, if this is a continuation or a reboot. That's why right now we're going to put an asterisk on that one. If it is a reboot, I'll watch it. If it's a continuation, I don't think we're going to watch it because I don't want to watch it without watching the first original show, which I know deserves my time to go back and give that a real viewing. This next one, Oyokiumi no Kaina, adventure fantasy sci-fi. I remember seeing the picture of it, going through and thinking this looked kind of good, or that I was interested in this one. Kaina of the Great Snow Sea. In another world, an ever-growing sea of snow has engulfed the planet's surface. The people struggle to survive living around the roots of a massive orbital tree whose branches spread into the celestial membrane high above the ground. Change comes to this dying world after Kaina, a boy from the celestial membrane, encounters a girl from the surface called Ririha. I like sci-fi stuff, and it seems it's different, Thank God. Next comedy, slice of life. Oni-chan wa Oshimai, Onimai, I'm now your sister. Mahiro Oyama was just a normal erotic game-loving dude until he woke up one morning as a woman. Turns out his mad scientist little sister, Mihari, tried out one of her new experiments on him with a disastrous outcome as far as Mahiro's concerned, but Mihari is as determined to study him as he is determined to go back to his shut-in game-playing life. And one thing's for sure, life is going to get a whole lot weirder from here on out. So it could just be a fun comedy, who knows? I like the art. It looks cute, so that could have some potential there. All right, Sugar Apple Fairy Tale. I like that name immediately. Draws me an adventure fantasy romance that is in a world where fairies are bought and sold to the highest bidder. Humans aren't exactly on friendly terms with fae folk, but friendship is exactly what Anne Halford seeks with Chal. I don't know. Her new fairy bodyguard, though he's not so keen on the idea as his new master Anne takes him with escorting her through a particularly dangerous area, but with a reluctant bodyguard eager to escape a life of servitude, she'll have to deal with a lot more than she bargained for. That seems pretty interesting, and I like the art. I like the name. That one, I would say, is one I'm most excited for looking at. Now, Legend of Heroes. I've been playing Trails in the Sky. I'm only in the first game. I take it as it comes here and there. But Legends of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel, Northern War. This is one we're not sure about because I don't know Trails of Cold Steel, that storyline and all that. I don't know if I have to have played the games before I watch this. I don't know, but I'm going to figure it out before it comes out. So that one we're going to leave alone. It's a game series. It's based on a game series. I can confirm that the game series is fun and good story and all that. I like it. I'm a fan. I do plan on playing through all of them eventually, but there's like 20, dude. It's like Final Fantasy. Up next, Cool Doji Danchi, Slice of Life. Play it cool, guys. At first glance, these guys look cool and handsome. You want to get closer to them, but then you realize they're all clumsy. They forgot their wallets, turn on their music on the train without putting their headphones in, put on glasses when they have their contacts in, stab it, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? It's only 11-minute runtime. It's a short form. Not a big deal, but we'll still check it out. Ars no Kyoju, a fantasy show. Giant beasts of Ars. The great beasts created the land, but humans stole it. Angered, the beasts began eating humans, who in turn called upon the gods to fight the beasts. In the age of the sword, heroes, and mythology, giant beasts are hunted by humans for profit. Jiro, who makes his living hunting beasts, encounters Kumi, who is being chased by someone, and in that moment decides to save her. As rumors spread regarding humanity and a mysterious experiment, together they seek to discover the world's secrets. Could be interesting. That one I would say is another one I'm excited to check out. Let's see, Revenger. As Master Assassin Usui Yuen looks into a series of assassinations made on the Grand Samurai clan, the Satsuma, he encounters Kurima Raizo, member and survivor of one of the attacks. Together, they discover the true nature of these murders is bigger than over stolen resources. As they get closer to the truth, Will they come out alive to exact revenge? Not a lot of information there. It says action historical. Another one that could be interesting. Pretty much anything that isn't isekai, I am more willing and excited to check out. Mononogatari, malevolent spirits Mononogatari, filled with rage against spirits known as Tsuko Mogami Kunetohyoma, is sent to live with Nagatsuki Botan to help him see a different side. Though both are part of a clan that return the spirits back to their world with divine powers, their experiences with otherworldly vessels are vastly different. Kunato robbed of a loved one and Nagatsuki saved by them. Can she get through to him? That one seems really boring. I think we're going to drop that one. We'll see. Up next, Nakamono Tachi no Yoru, the Tale of Outcasts. The demon by her side is her salvation. The girl by his side is his pastime. Their encounter in the late 19th century British Empire begins the tale of a search for some place to belong to their fellow outcasts. This demon and girl whisper their tale in the dark of night. Fantasy shonen. Just from the little picture, I'm liking the colors on display. I'm liking the art, the way it looks. Sounds pretty generic, though. We'll see what happens. Up next, though, is what we care about. We have the vampire dies in no time, too. I'm never heard of it before. Whatever. I'm watching the first season now with my girlfriend to watch it next season, the second season, and it's super good. I'm watching the dub, and it is surprisingly really good. Go check it out. Go watch it. The dub, too. I haven't watched the sub, I don't know, but the dub has, I'm sure that's localization jokes and stuff that they've done for the dub. I feel like are in the original, but the jokes are really good. It's really funny. Up next, it's on screen, so I'll just talk about it really quick. Yomushi Pedal Limit Break on its 10th episode. Because it's in its 10th episode, we're not going to watch and review it. I haven't watched, I know I watched wherever the last season was. I think it's been a long time since the season before this one. But if you don't watch Yomushi Pedal, if you haven't read it, if you don't know about it, which you should, go check it out. It's one of the best shonen ever. And it had a lot of love when it first came out, but it's kind of people have kind of forgotten about it because the way anime is. I think it's been like 4 years since the last season, I think. But go check it out. It's super fun. Up next, Buddy Daddies. Okay. No English name needed, it says. Targets they go after never get away, but somehow this hitman team finds themselves looking after a 5-year-old girl, and so begins the family life of a hot-blooded and cool-headed team of hired killers and a naive and innocent little girl. Will they be able to balance career and parenthood, and will this temporary family find happiness? That sounds awesome. I'm sure that's going to be fun. Comedy, organized crime. That sounds fun. Majutsu Orphan Hagure Tabi is the 3rd season of Sorcerer Stabber Orphan. I watched the first season. I remember liking it, but I don't remember anything about it. And I don't feel like watching the 2nd season when I don't remember the 1st season to watch the 3rd season for these videos. So we're going to skip that one. If someone can make an argument, if someone's watching and you want to leave a comment, make an argument for it and why I should binge it and watch it and jump onto it and you want to see reviews of it, I'll totally watch it. I have nothing against it. Like I said, I remember liking it. It's just one of those things I don't remember anything about. High Card. After discovering that his orphanage was on the brink of closing due to financial stress, Finn, who was living freely on the streets, set out for a casino with the aim of making a fortune. However, nothing could have prepared Finn for the nightmare that was awaiting him. Once there, Finn encountered a car chase and a bloody shootout caused by a man's lucky card. Finn will eventually learn what the shootout was about. The world order can be controlled by a set of 52 X playing cards with the power to bestow different superhuman powers and abilities to the ones that possess them. With these cards, people can access the hidden power of the body that can be found within themselves. There's a secret group of players called High Card who have been directly ordered by the King of Fourland to collect the cards that have been scattered throughout the kingdom while moonlighting as employees of the luxury car maker Pinnacle. Scouted to become the group's 5th member, Finn has soon joined the players on a dangerous mission to fuck. Okay, I'm giving up on that synopsis. It's too much. They tried too hard with that synopsis. Looks interesting. So it actually seems like something that will be fun and enjoyable. But dude, that was a terrible, terrible synopsis. Hikari no O, the Fire Hunter. Outside the magical barriers lies a world overrun by fiery beasts known as flame demons, and the only ones who can protect humanity are the fire hunters. In the dark woods where the beasts roam is where Toko, a young villager, is rescued from attack by one of these skilled trackers, Koshi. But their meeting was no accident, and a new destiny begins. Fantasy historical. Seems different and interesting, and I appreciate that, and we'll try it out. Mao Ippon, again, after performing their final middle school judo tournament, Michi and Sanae begin high school and walk in on Michi's final opponent fighting to save their new high school's judo club. It's a girls judo judo team thing. Martial arts shonen slice of life sports. That sounds fun. I like pretty much any sport anime, I'll watch. So that's what is up. And then we're skipping Yoro wa Neko to Isho Nights with a Cat because it's already like almost 30 episodes. And when you go down the list, it always goes out with a whimper, not with a bang. All that's left is like the little side shit, like the Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff like that, which I actually do watch, but we're not going to be watching and reviewing those right here. Only thing I want to talk about here that I can see is Boku to Roboco is Me and Roboco. I read the manga, and it's really good. It looks like they're doing a short form anime for this 3-minute shorts. I love the 4-koma manga, tiny short animation stuff. Just go get some fun, cute little anime cartoon action and just get some jokes. I haven't watched this, so I can't say it's good. Maybe watch it, but definitely read the manga. The manga is definitely fun. All right, that was our season breakdown, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you come back to watch me review these shows as they come out and talk shit about the bad ones that we're going to throw off the list as we drop them. I can't wait to whittle it down. I'm thinking about doing my animelist.net has a fantasy anime league, which I've never competed in, like never participated in, and it seems a little weird. It's like football where you pick whatever shows you think are going to get the highest rating every week, and you get something if you win. I don't know. We might do that for fun as part of the videos. I'm going to do the reviews of the episodes as they come out, and then do some kind of weekly roundup of anime and talk about who I think's winning. I like making it a sport too, like who I think's winning, who's the best shows and stuff. If you liked what you heard, consider subscribing. If you didn't like what you heard, I appreciate you for staying through the whole thing and listening. And if you hated what you heard, you can get bent.